What's going on, everyone? Your favorite jealous hater is back with some more beef. Paige. And Paige is back with some more beef, huh, Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people enjoyed our last episode.
And a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, there were some jealous haters.
And I'm an airhead.
Yeah. What?
And I'm an airhead.
Yeah, you're an airhead. I mean, they weren't wrong about that.
Sure. I'm an airhead and an idiot. Remember that.
Truth.
You know, because that hurt my feelings so much.
Probably. Those damn
DPC. You want to say DPC, huh?
Yeah, those damn DCP cronies. Yeah. You know, I had someone say,
Well, how are you any better by calling the community, the DCP community, mindless zombies or whatever the hell I said? I was like, how's... because I'm not trying to dox them, you know? Mm-hmm. How's that hate? Anyways, that's not what this video is about. Today, we have found something pretty f***ing damning about Keren Swan. Or fucking bad, right, Paige? Actually, yeah. Paige found it, by the way, because I don't watch any of this shit. People just send me things and I do videos. I actually don't sit down and watch any of these videos unironically. Mm-hmm. I don't do it, but I have my little minion here do it for me.
Yeah. So I was going back to watch Karen's old videos. I was mainly going back to find some stuff from when she first started Kick-Ass. I decided to go a little bit further down.
The reason why we did that is because the little cronies are now claiming that, well, Keren was never fit. She just has a fitness brand. Even though the entire time she's been claiming to be fit and work out every day and eat healthy and blah, blah, blah. And I disproved her in my video. But now all of a sudden, now she's not fit. So, but anyways, we were just looking for a clip for my new video. By the way, that's coming out soon too, but we've just found something and we needed to pop it out right away, and our son's sleeping, so we capitalizing on that.
Right.
So we were looking for a clip of her saying that she works out every day for my new video, and that's when Paige found this.
Went to her channel first because that's easier to look through, because obviously there's not as many videos there. I can go and gauge where she started Kick-Ass on her channel as well, but I just want to look on this, and I went a little bit further down, a little bit further past when she made those videos when they had that apartment / office thing, because I just want to see, because I knew she had done a couple Q&As on there, and she had done quite a few videos on there when she was pregnant with Sutton, and I found this one because I was just curious, because you never know, with Q&As you can find a lot, and that's where we found actually a lot.
Yeah, we found a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot in the Q&As.
It was just a pregnancy Q&A, and just people asking about, you know, gender of the baby when she was pregnant with Sutton, and so that's when we found this. Somebody had asked her a question, and
so hold on, we're gonna show we're gonna show
excited.
This. Yeah, we're gonna show this clip in a second, but let's give a little premise here. So, as you all know, I've been on this crusade to prove kkandbabyj has been faking miscarriages, which I already have,
and infertility,
all of it. And even her diagnosis, which would be endometriosis or incisional endometriosis, not...
I have bad scar tissue and adhesions.
What she says in this clip literally contradicts that.
Let's play the clip.
Considering all your 3 children will be delivered by C-section and it involves risks that come with each C-section, we'd be having a 4th down the road. The doctor did say he's going to look at my uterus and see how it looks while he's in there, and that's really the only way he can determine. You can't really tell from the outside very well. Even with ultrasound, he's like, just be great to see how it looks once I'm in there. And of course, you won't know how this C-section will heal, but...
So that's pretty fucking damning right there. So from Karen's own mouth, by the way, I pointed this out in my video because it was never stated with Keren, is that x-rays and ultrasounds, CAT scans, MRIs, and all that stuff doesn't really do well when detecting scar tissue damage. I actually did the research. The only way to actually see it is to go in and what's it called, the laparoscopy, to go in there and look at it like that, to actually go in and get an exam. But Keren, for that, not for kidney stones. You know, when Keren talked to her infertility specialist, she literally was diagnosed over the phone without ever going in, without any exams, based off of x-rays and ultrasounds from kidney stones, from her kidney stones. How do you do that if from Karen's own words right there, even though I already said it in my video, from actual websites and articles based from doctors and medicine, how, from Karen's own words, can she have all these problems if from her own mouth she says that ultrasounds don't do dick all when detecting scar tissue damage, which I don't doubt that she has because she's had 3 kids.
Well, she also said, you don't know how it'll heal. But she also said that her doctor seemed a little worried about her if she would have another one.
Right,
know?
so you can go,
Oh, well, maybe afterwards the doctor found something wrong with her, Apoc. What are you talking about?
but here's the thing about that. Back in May this year, May 29th, mind you, we don't know when Keren's miscarriage was. It was either between May 20th and May 25th, her miscarriage, even though the 25th was when she posted her video about a miscarriage, so I'm assuming she didn't post it then. So let's just say it's the 24th of May. 5 days later, she posted a video, and here's the clip.
It was a Q&A on
It was
her
a
Instagram.
it was a Q&A on her Instagram where she literally states that the doctor examined her, and he was pretty damn optimistic.
The last time I saw my OB, he said my scar looks great. We even talked about having a 4th. I said I didn't want one, but he's like, I don't see any issue with you having one. That was another question. If you did later on, because he's like, you're so young, you're gonna have another one. Everyone's like, you're so young, you're gonna have another one, don't worry.
But Apoc, we don't know when she posted that video.
Well, she actually mentions the miscarriage she just had, which again, we don't know the official date, but so it's obviously after the miscarriage, and she's just she's just skipping down the road talking about having a 4th baby. She literally just lost the baby days before she filmed this video, and there ain't one thing pressed about her. She is perfectly fine.
People react differently, and you're only assuming what they do based off of your experience.
But
Yeah,
but
exactly.
When you as a woman, after having 2 miscarriages, I'm not saying she has had any, she hasn't, but I'm not saying she has.
I wonder if, because you're with a man in this podcast, if they're gonna come over here and be like, well, there's a man with you, so everything you say is invalidated. I don't know if it's just like all family vloggers or the kkandbabyj community. They are sexist as fuck. They are so sexist, it's insane. I've literally had people tell me my experience and my pain are downplayed because I'm a man.
And you never actually physically experienced
And I've never
it.
actually physically experienced
And these
it.
are the same people who have never actually physically experienced it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not just miscarriage or child loss themselves, but pregnancy, in general.
No, but boyfriends.
But they're just human.
But
it doesn't
boyfriends,
matter.
they haven't experienced a boyfriend probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
that's not even just say. I'm just saying that's how young they are.
Their whole point is, well, I am a human, so it's just like, yeah, well, so was he, and you're saying he shouldn't have a say in it.
Yeah, I'm a human, and you're telling another human that my pain and whatnot is downplayed because I'm a man, and now the woman didn't experience the baby in the belly.
That's like telling somebody who has lost a child, okay, my aunt has lost a child. Her daughter was 24 when she died, and it's like telling her dad that, well, because you didn't carry that baby, you don't get to feel the same way as the mom because you never experienced carrying that baby, carrying her as a child, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
no,
that
exactly.
a good example?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that
No,
is
no,
the
I mean,
same
that's
thing.
what it
It's
is.
just be like, if my uncle was told that, well, you didn't actually carry her, so you don't actually know what it's like to lose a baby. Well, fuck you.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. And these, oh man, the kkandbabyj community is so fucking toxic. By the way, I do have content coming up on that, so I don't know when, but sometime soon. I got some shit for you guys. But anyways, let's get back to Keren's escapades. Yeah, so she uploaded that video in May, which is kind of funny because in July, after her other miscarriage, by the way, so this was her June one, she had a 6-week pregnancy, and then in June she had a miscarriage. Apparently. But what's kind of
Gotta make that clear.
Yeah, apparently. But in July, early July, like I can't remember what the date was, but I'll pop up this clip in a second. But it was either between,
It was like July 3rd.
I think it was, yeah, it's either July 3rd or 5th. Mind you, there's also not another date there's no other date again for Keren's June miscarriage, so we don't actually know when the date was. We're giving her June 30th because that's like from May 20th to June 30th is exactly 6 weeks. So that's what we're gonna go with.
And she also said it was in June, so...
She also said it was in June. So we're gonna give her June 30th, but it could be earlier. July 3rd through 5th, one of those two. She posted this.
I did want to do a few little updates for you guys on this channel because some of you guys, I don't know if all of you guys watch our daily vlogging channel, follow me on Instagram or whatever. Actually, I don't think I've ever said it on Instagram, but we are trying for another baby. No, I'm not pregnant right now. I'm getting a lot of comments like, you're glowing, you're pregnant, but no, I'm not. I have an appointment on the 9th to go get like my levels checked and stuff.
So this was posted July 3rd, and this was apparently, let's give or take, at the most a week after a miscarriage, right? Let's just give her a week. And
Well, because there's no official date.
Yeah.
Remember, we gave her June 30th. We don't actually know when she miscarried.
but we're giving her that 3 days. So this she could have filmed this in June. We don't know. We don't know how long before filming this, how long after filming this that she posted it. So it could have happened in June, whatever it was. Either way, let's just say it happened in June. She filmed it in June. Look at how tight those clothes are, and look at how tiny her belly is.
Yeah, so if we're going to go off of that fake belly thing, you know.
Women's bodies act differently, especially when they have more kids.
Yeah, well, where the hell
Nobody
did that...
was doubting that.
Yeah,
That's
nobody-
what pisses me
yeah,
off.
I
Nobody
never said
was
that,
saying anything about that. People
Yeah.
were saying she just didn't fucking have the belly at all.
Yeah, that's the thing is I always say that it was either fake or she had too much Chick-fil-A with some period bloat. Where's that belly? Where's
But
that
also
belly,
remember,
bro?
her belly wasn't even the way a belly is when
So-
you're first pregnant.
Right? And so, hold on, before you get into that, you got to remember, so it's either can be like this. Either the miscarriage is done or she was still pregnant. But there's no belly. By the way, this would be over 2 weeks. She found out she was pregnant June 18th. So this would be past the 2-week mark out of her timeline. She says 2 weeks after, which still trickles down to July 2nd. But this is July 3rd. We don't know, like I
And
said,
she
we
said
don't.
June.
And she said June, but we don't know when this was actually filmed. But it's either when she was pregnant or after she had the miscarriage. If it's around 2 weeks later, why isn't she bigger? Why did her belly shrink? Where did that belly go? She's not hiding it. She's not wearing sweatpants like the little cronies like to say. She has a flat belly. And if it's posted after her miscarriage, it's even more damning because
She
literally
says, no,
she's-
guys, I'm not pregnant right now. Or, no, I'm not pregnant right now.
No, guys, I'm not pregnant. You're glowing. And it's just
Yeah.
like, who says this literally after days of losing a baby?
If it was so awful and horrible, which I'm not doubting that fucking miscarrying is awful and horrible because I've experienced it, but also not just like when I experienced it. I don't doubt that it's horrible in the beginning, but I'm just saying she's the one who said it was just awful.
This is the one who says it's so horrible and blah blah blah, but doesn't cry in it, and then uploads a video on TikTok crying with sad music months later after being called out for not showing any emotion.
The only time you've seen her cry.
Yeah.
Well, what about her scar tissue video?
Oh well, you know
Oh
the
God,
one.
she was forcing that out.
The one?
Man, that vein was popping on her
Right.
forehead.
Well, you mean the one where she said that she was diagnosed over the phone from ultrasounds, where she says in that one clip that cannot determine scar tissue damage. That one. Oh.
She said they're not as good because her doctor said they're not as
She
good.
literally says they can't determine because they can't. X-rays, ultrasounds, MRIs, CAT scans are not concrete when it comes to detecting scar tissue damage. I looked
And
it up. Go look it up. It's easy.
Endometriosis is some shit, man. You have to do a lot of testing.
Yeah, there's
for
a
that.
lot of testing because the thing is that sometimes you go in and doctors think you're crazy
Yeah.
because
My cousin had that too.
yeah, doctors think you're crazy because they're like the pain's in your head, but it's not. And then
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time. And what Karen is
And a
being,
lot of pain.
and
that they have to go
I know with
through.
like incisional endometriosis, you can be diagnosed a lot easier because
Yeah,
it's just
because you
based
have
off.
the incision
Well, you're
and
right.
the
It's
in-
based off of
yeah,
it's based off of the C-sections, but Karen literally says ultrasounds don't work, but she sent an ultrasound that has to do with something completely away from her scar tissue. That doesn't make any sense. This clip of her doing this is so damning. It's insane.
I think it's crazy because this is obviously Sutton's like almost 2.5. This is probably like almost 3 years ago when she did this video. I think it was like 3 years ago. I think it said like 3 years ago. Not the one in July, obviously. The one where she was pregnant with Sutton and she said that it would be best if her doctor was able to go inside and look to see how it was in there.
Oh, mind you, I'm gonna cut you off before I forget this. In that clip, she says she was making an appointment. Later on in a vlog, she says that she canceled out of stress. I get that those situations are stressful, but you just gotta bite the bullet. We didn't want to go in for our son, but we had to.
Yeah, isn't
you know?
it more stressful to be trying to get pregnant and then miscarrying in the process of that?
Or just sitting there-
not being able to get pregnant, period?
Or just sitting there wondering what's wrong with your body?
Yeah.
You
And
know
if
what I
you
mean?
have that appointment, just fucking go.
It's like Deji, which is KSI's brother. He faked getting the Rona and had like, oh, like talking like this, guys. I might have the virus. He literally states that he knows that people are telling him to go get tested, but he says he didn't out of fear. He doesn't want to know if he has it or not. But it's like,
you already have it, so what does it matter?
But if you have it, dude, what's the point? And then what's funny, because the next day he uploaded a video and his raspiness, and he said it was a comedy video, and it was just everything was completely gone. Yeah, he was pushing to get that 10 million, but he just lost a bunch of people.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, like I said, those situations are very stressful, but it's more stressful just sitting there, not knowing what's going on, or just keep on having miscarriages. And that's the thing.
Remember, she was able to make an appointment without any proof from the ER.
Yeah,
just whatever.
So, and that's another thing from like the scar tissue video where she claims the reason why she didn't go to her OBGYN was because she needed proof for insurance, but then in May she denies the blood test that will give her proof for insurance, which by the way is completely false information. Anybody, even if you hate me, whatever, if you're listening, Keren lied to you. Do not believe her on that. If you are a woman listening to this and you need to go to your OBGYN, you can do that without proof. Do not allow Keren to make you think that you cannot go. You can go. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh yeah, I'm such a terrible guy telling a woman not to listen to this woman who's telling you false information. Mm-hmm. I'm literally trying to protect you by saying that.
The whole point of OBGYNs, why do you think they give you pap smears? Because they want to make sure that everything's all good, right? Make sure that you don't have anything wrong up there, right? They will let you go in anytime. Like, I could probably call my doctor tomorrow and be like, I want to get checked out. And they would do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
They would do it. They can't say no. And they wouldn't say no. It's money.
Yeah, it's money to them. Yeah, they're going to say no.
They wouldn't say no. They wouldn't tell you no. Even during the coronavirus thing, that's bullshit. You can't even use that as an excuse. Women's health is so important that they will not tell you no. And if your doctor does tell you no, go to another doctor. You have so many options. Keren did not have to go to that one doctor. She can go to so many. She lives in a fucking city. She lives in a huge city where
she has a lot of money.
And she has a lot of money. So that fucking insurance thing is bullshit because she's fucking rich. Right before that, she bought a brand new ring and a brand new $400 Prada hat. Not to mention everything else. So her health is a little bit more important than that. So yeah, most people, if they had that money, they would pay out of pocket to go get checked out. And they do. Yo, I've literally had people on my in my community, in my comment section saying, yo, I've been infertile for 10 plus years now, and I've spent over $60,000 trying to figure out what the hell's wrong with me. Yet Keren won't even spend a dime. Mind you, insurance might not cover your visit to the doctor, but it will cover your exams. I'm just saying, like, you go to the doctor to go get some sort of just physical exam by the doctor, and then they couldn't find anything wrong, so they refer you to a specialist. That's when their insurance stuff really starts kicking in. So you know what I mean? So maybe just like the doctor visit, sit down bullshit. Yeah, it might not get paid by the insurance, but that might only cost you like $150, $160. Not a lot, because it's just you talking and maybe some touching. But once it starts going into the exams, that's when insurance starts kicking in. Yeah. So she had to go to her OBGYN, right? She had to have proof, which is bullshit. She had to have proof from the ER, because she's been going to the ER, to see her OBGYN, but she had already made an appointment with a fertility specialist, but she canceled that already before this is before the scar tissue video where she said spewed all this bullshit about the insurance. So she already had an appointment, she canceled it, she'd gone to the ER, didn't get proof, but she had already talked to a fertility specialist. But I thought she couldn't talk to a fertility specialist. There's just so many up things that she said. There's so many plot holes in this story. So basically, she's able to get on the phone with an infertility specialist. Just put this into perspective here. Apparently, she needed proof for her OBGYN, right? The miscarriages were not enough proof. Even though she went and got her blood drawn, there was no proof for the OBGYN. She never went. She never went. There was that one time, I think it was in August, where she went to go get her blood drawn. She was having kidney stone issues. And then she says something about getting a referral. But how can you get a referral if you say you needed a proof? But she'd already gotten an appointment with her fertility specialist. Well, she already got her appointment. But she was there for getting her blood drawn. She says if the doctor doesn't find anything, then she's just going to ask for a referral. And 100% you can do that, by the way.
But by her story, she needed proof for that. Otherwise, she can't move on or get insurance cover. Just put this into perspective. Those miscarriages were not enough proof. But apparently, her going to the doctors and then the blood coming out perfectly fine was proof enough for her to get on the phone with an infertility specialist. But the 3 miscarriages at that point were not. And all the false positives have gone off to the wind.
Yeah, remember in December and January when let's just...
Not just December.
December was false positives, but let's just say January, she was having all these false positives. What happened?
It was throughout the whole year. It wasn't even just that. It was all the way up until the June pregnancy.
I know, but they were like... In January, she was claiming them as just false positives.
Yeah.
The other ones she claimed as miscarriages because she's psycho.
Yeah, but in the TTC stuff, she had all these pregnancy tests too, right? Like a bunch of them. Oh, what's that line and all this bullshit shit? That's what I'm talking about. So throughout these 6 months after December, she had all this stuff about like tons of pregnancy tests. But the minute she finds out she's pregnant in June, she only takes 1 pregnancy test. That's what she showed us at least.
Yeah.
And that's what we go off of. And that's the thing is, understand this. Well, you can go,
well, Apoc, we don't know if she took more tests because we didn't see it on camera.
well, exactly. She literally, the day she found out, she went to like Party City and bought a bunch of party favors to do a photo shoot and an announcement video and record it and edit it and film it and get it uploaded. And it sat there for 6 months. It's been in there for 6 months. They're waiting to post that. But the day she found out, mind you, this is a woman though who lost one in December, who lost one before Jackson and Landon, by the way. So those count, even though they're not relevant anymore, like as in like within the year's timeline.
Well, she counted it in the parent miscarriage in May. She counted those too. So.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that those matter with a woman. You know what I mean?
Yes, they
and,
all matter.
Yeah, they all matter.
You will never. It's not multiple miscarriages. You will never forget how many miscarriages you've had ever.
No.
Especially if you're going through infertility issues, you will never forget that.
No.
We've had people on your channel say, I've had 9 miscarriages.
Yeah.
9. You never lose count.
I had someone
because it is so traumatizing.
Yeah, I had someone said I think they said that their daughter, or I don't know if it was daughter, let's just say their daughter has been dead for 31 years and they still remember the date. 31 years.
Well, yeah.
But Karen can't say a date the day or like within the week that she lost it or within the year or within the months that she lost it. No.
Which it wasn't even like it had been years since she had the miscarriage. She literally talked about it the month after and she still couldn't remember the date and still hasn't ever given out a date. And that's very important. That date is so important. And don't say, oh, she wants to keep it quiet. She talked about the miscarriage. She doesn't want to keep it quiet. And she continues to talk about it.
You know what's funny, though? And I haven't said this yet. I may have said this in my comment section, but I haven't said this yet on my videos. And I'm going to say it right now. The funniest part about this whole thing is that, well, these cronies go, well, maybe they want to keep it quiet. Yet at every turn, they don't keep it quiet. But
literally, Qua went on a story to be like, oh, should we post it?
But here's the thing. If Karen and Qua never announced that they had miscarriages, you would have never known. Mm-hmm. You would have never known because you didn't see one hard day. You see them skipping around the vlog. I have to stay strong for my children. Sorry, with child loss, you are weak. Mm-hmm. It is a punch to the soul.
Especially if you've had multiple, you've had so many.
Plus the false positives.
Yeah, you've had, it's like a roller coaster of a year. You had all this bullshit. You know, that would be extremely overwhelming and extremely hard. And for Karen, who's somebody like me, who's very emotional, it's just no.
Yeah, when she first announced her June miscarriage or her parent June miscarriage in like late July, she was smiling. Yeah. Her scar tissue video.
I told them.
She was smiling. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get back before I forget.
It is emotional.
Yeah, no, it's emotional with no emotion on his face whatsoever. So awkward in the video. So awkward in that video. But anyways, let's just backtrack here. So the day she finds out like I said, 2 miscarriages before Jackson and Landon. She just had the miscarriage weeks before this pregnancy in May. And then she had the miscarriage in last year in December. And then in between that time, between December and the apparent June pregnancy, she's had all these ups and downs with false positives, right? So when she finds out she's pregnant, the false positive, don't you think that the false positive should have affected her? She took all these tests for all these other ones except this June one. She never talked about it. What happened to crazy Keren with the notebook and the sticky notes and the journal? What happened to that? It just completely disappeared. You know what's funny? At first, I actually believed her because she didn't talk about it. But then I watched it and listened to her story and just realized it's just another bullshit lie. Just all this for clout. Their actions are not the actions of people who lose children. They're the actions of liars.
We had to see how she was when she was talking about the bassinet. She said it was hard to look at the box for the bassinet. She said apparently when it came, she bawled or whatever it was. But then she had it up in her room not very long after that. On the vlog, you can see it on the vlog, so you can't fucking say it's not there. You can see it on the vlog that she has the bassinet up in her room when she's in her room, right at the end of the bed. What the fuck?
Not to mention the...
And she's perfectly fine.
Yeah, not to mention the dress that she bought for the announcement apparently, but she can just, I bought this dress. Yeah. It's just like at every fucking turn.
Especially, well, like it's not even just the fact that she's not sad when she sees the bassinet. It's also the fact that she fucking bought a bassinet.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's the thing too, is that she bought a bassinet in a few weeks into her pregnancy, right? And it's just kind of weird because, well, you know, some people go, well, she just bought it because it was going to be on back order.
That's such a
so listen to this. Listen to this. If she just waited to buy that until she got into her second trimester, that would be one thing, because she literally would still have to like be pregnant for another 6 months.
But she's apparently gone through
You're chilling.
2 miscarriages prior to that.
Yeah.
Why would she go and buy a bassinet?
But she can get excited. No, when you lose children and then...
She literally has said, she's posted it on her story. It was like a quote that she fucking posted. She went and found and posted on her story. I'm scared of a positive just as I am scared of a negative. But then you're scared, but then you go to Party City and make a whole announcement, and then you order a bassinet. Yeah, that's
and
smart,
a dress
Karen.
and whatever else. I understand getting excited, but you're more scared and excited.
you
and
would
this
get
comes
excited.
from that's why they have things like the 5 stages of grief or whatever, because those are actual things. You know, when we had our second son, when you were pregnant with our second son, we were worried it was gonna happen again. The whole time. And it got better. Like once he got past the point of our son Sayan died at 30 weeks. Once Cassius got past 30 weeks, it was a lot better, but still in the back of our heads we were scared. And honestly, it didn't stop until he was out. And even when he came out, I thought he was dead.
Well, because our last son was born dead.
Yeah, our son, but yeah, that's the thing, is our son was born dead. So,
and we're not gonna get into that.
It traumatizes you. Yeah, you don't see the trauma with Keren whatsoever. Yes, you can get excited for a pregnancy. Yes, you can buy things. But the first time you find out that you're pregnant, you don't
after having issues conceiving,
having all these infertility issues and miscarriages. The first thing you do when you find out you're pregnant, you're not gonna go get stuff to set up a photo shoot. You're making a doctor's appointment.
Oh, but Apoc, she went and got her blood.
She did that days after, and she went to the triage. She didn't even go to the doctors. She could have just went and got her blood tested for what? Oh, I don't know, kidney stones, which by the way, kidney stones affect pregnancies, which she knows, which is why she was having all those false positives, which I'm not 100% on this, but I'm digging into it and I'm going to find out about this. But if kidney stones can affect pregnancy tests, they might be able to affect your HCG levels as well.
Well, that's the thing. So she went to that's where we come in, where it's just like, why didn't she go to like even because I think she went to the urgent care.
Yeah, the triage.
With the May one, apparently, right? Why didn't she go straight there after she found out she was pregnant? Because, like, this is why, like, with the bassinet, when you are early in your pregnancy, obviously you're nervous about losing the baby. When I was early in this pregnancy, not so much in the first one, because it was my first, but in the second one, obviously, because I had lost a baby. Obviously, we didn't want to get too excited in the beginning, because, obviously, it's the beginning, and we just were like, okay, we're just going to let it keep going. But, like, you also, one thing, you know, miscarriages need to be talked about more, except for Keren never talks about the aftermath of miscarriages. So she apparently had a 6-weeker, right? When I was first pregnant, every single time I went pee, and I know this is like personal, every single time I went pee, I checked for blood. I had dreams of miscarrying, like a lot. Remember, I would tell you, I had dreams of miscarrying with a lot of blood, and it's weird because I never even bled.
I think I had one dream that you miscarried too.
Yeah, like I never bled when we lost our first son, so it's like it's very odd that I had those, and I think it may be normal, obviously, because you've had if you've had one. But even if not, I think there's people who have dreams like that. But I had dreams of it. I checked every single time I went pee, and like I said, it's personal, but it's an important part of it. I was always worried that there was no heartbeat, because obviously like that was how we found out our son was dead, because he had no heartbeat. But I had like an at-home Doppler. I had all of that.
She checked his heartbeat every single day.
And I know it's controversial on the heartbeat thing, but I don't give a shit. It's my baby.
Well, that helps with the girl's mental state while she's pregnant. It does help.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think one of the big parts of it, and I know this is getting off topic, one of the big parts of it not being healthy for people, for women when they're pregnant, is because it's mentally not okay.
Well, like I said,
because a lot of women don't know how to figure out which heartbeat is which, but I have figured that out.
Right, but it's also a double-edged sword, because aside from that point is that there's a chance you might not even find the baby will be perfectly fine, but you might not even find the heartbeat, which would cause major anxiety problems.
And that happened.
No, that did happen.
Obviously, I mean,
that happened with you.
I found out our son died because of the Doppler.
But there was times before he even died where you didn't have that and you freaked out.
Well, same thing with him.
Yeah, same thing with Cassius, yeah.
Her whole going to Party City and doing this announcement first just doesn't make sense. She should have gone to the ER and gotten her blood taken right away. It's because it's the ER. You can go in anytime you want.
Not that she should have.
Or urgent care, whatever it was.
Not that she should have. If she actually lost the baby, that's what she would have done.
Yeah.
Especially after all of these issues, she would have done that first instead of going, oh, well, I have an idea. After all these false positives, 4 miscarriages altogether.
Yeah, and chemical pregnancies count as miscarriages. Don't say that they don't.
After all that, after all these issues I've been having, I have a great idea. The day I'm going to find out I'm pregnant, I'm going to go get stuff for a photo shoot and announce a baby and surprise my husband. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, this is my own personal, it may be my own personal opinion. If they really were struggling to get pregnant, and if Kwa really wanted it, don't believe he did, but if Kwa really wanted it, I think that the way that they should have done it, I think that he should have been in the room when she took the test. That would have been extremely special.
Well, not just that, though.
And I get, though, it's the only reason she didn't do that probably is because she wanted to make this whole announcement for YouTube to make money.
Let's stop pretending that the announcement, even if it was whatever, let's stop pretending that the announcement was for her husband. The announcement is for monetary reasons only. It is for money. If it truly was just for Kwa, if that's what it truly was for him, it wouldn't have to be on YouTube. They wouldn't have to make a whole announcement thing. They could literally just do this for each other.
Yeah, they should have just, like, he takes the test and they're together. That would have been so much more special to find out after losing, like, 3 children in a span of, like, 7 months, whatever it was.
Right, and then you can tell your audience, when you feel safe.
If it was a special moment between him and Keren, then it should have just been between him and Keren, and he shouldn't be on YouTube or on Instagram saying, hey guys, should we post this? I know it's 6 months later, but should we post this?
Right, so off-putting. So crazy. But no, and that's the thing is, in the times where they can live in the moment or keep things private, like it's so funny because I've had some cronies on my comment section lately and literally saying, because Keren's kick-ass stuff, they're commenting saying,
oh, well, they can keep things private about their fitness. They don't have to show it. Just because they don't show it doesn't mean they don't do it.
Well, it's a lifestyle change these days. So if it doesn't show in your life, I'm assuming you're lying. So they can keep fitness quiet, but they're not going to keep miscarriages quiet. That doesn't make any sense. But like I said, in the times where they can actually live in the moment and be with each other and take a break and not worry about anything would be in those moments. Yet it's never that. It's always
it's constantly for the vine,
it's for the fucking vine, man. It's for the fucking vine.
It's for the money, it's for the money. It's not for sharing it with you guys or anything like that. It's for the money. They don't give a shit about their fucking subscribers. Their subscribers give them the money. They know that their subscribers, I'm not saying they're not smart enough, I'm just saying they believe that their subscribers are so dumb, and that's why they manipulate them. That's why they're not the only YouTubers who do it, so I'm not saying
no, it's a lot. It's like here, look,
Dad Challenge Podcast.
Yeah, DCP is doing the same thing as all these other YouTubers, but it's not even just both them. It's a lot of YouTubers. It's a lot of family vloggers. They're all doing the same shit. They're all playing the same game. They're all reading from the same playbook.
They're all manipulating their subscribers.
Yeah,
they're just haters.
Yeah,
they're just haters.
Yeah, the reason why I'm talking about kkandbabyj so much that we do, kkandbabyj has not gotten theirs yet. They have not gotten it yet. They have not been exposed. They've had their little shakeups here and there, but My goal is to expose them. It's not to cancel them, by the way. I don't want to cancel them. They are doing that themselves. I don't have to do any of that. My goal isn't to deplatform them. My goal is to show their supporters who they're supporting. And if they choose to continue on doing so, then that's their prerogative. I'm not going to stop them. But my goal is to tell people the truth and that they're being manipulated. I just had somebody comment that because of me, they realized the trash of KK and Baby J. They realized what they were doing. They said they're glad because this was in the back of their head and now they don't feel alone anymore.
Yeah, it takes certain people to point certain things out
Connect
to
the
really
dots.
open your eyes and see what's going on.
Exactly. Connecting the dots.
Like, his goal is to, open their eyes, but also realize, like, how narcissism works because they're using it. They're using 100%. It on their subscribers.
Well, they are narcissists, and they're using.
They're using their narcissistic powers.
Manipulation
to manipulate and fuck with their subscribers. That's why Qua went on and posted that and hasn't said anything on it since.
Yeah, well, and the only reason he did that was for monetary gain, for money. When has KK and Baby J ever asked if it was okay to post something? They posted all the other stuff. Why was it this one? Because he knows it's wrong and he knows it's weird. But the only reason, it's not to share with you guys our experience.
Now that you called them out about calling them out, they might post it.
Yeah.
Karen, there's that need to be right. And
reaction
they have
video.
That. It is so bad. That's what narcissists are.
Yeah, so, and
the whole haters thing, that's their narcissism showing. They want you to, like, and I'm like, that's the thing. We don't doubt that there's haters.
Oh, see, that's the thing is like.
There are nitpicky bitches in there.
Well, that's what
there are.
Well, it's like DCP. DCP's a big nitpicky bitch. You know what I mean? He really is. Literally gets up real personal with it, Yeah, so anyways, let's backtrack a little. We gotten way off topic, but it was just a big buildup of a bunch of stuff, and this is going to be one of the longest videos I've ever had. No, there's just some, well, usually when there's podcasts, it's just, it's a lot of very opinionated things. We actually put more work into this one than any of them because we're showing like a couple of receipts, but the whole right, show the receipts. I get it, but
I get that.
It's just funny
it's a
that
podcast.
Well, that's the thing is some people when it's usually like the cronies that say show the receipts, it's usually based upon they know
show their own receipts.
Well, they know it though. they know, like I can say Karen said she works out every day, and they know that. They'll be like, well, you need to show the receipts that she said that. It's like, but she says it all the fucking time.
You give her credit for it.
Yeah, you give her credit for it. Literally the other day you were probably on there going, slay queen, you're fit as fuck.
Yeah,
So no, this whole thing was about that one clip of Karen when she was pregnant with Sutton saying scar tissue damage cannot be determined by an ultrasound.
The best way to determine is by going inside.
The best way to determine is by going inside. How do you do that? By going into the fucking doctors. This is so fucking damning. It's insane. It literally contradicts her entire story. And if she's willing to lie about this, about miscarriages, about infertility, what the else do you think she's gonna lie about?
Well, don't forget too, she didn't even know what she had. If she did, she would have said incisional endometriosis, because if she did the research, she would have used it.
Well, apparently the specialist sent her articles over.
Yeah,
wouldn't she send her articles of what her diagnosis is?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she say what her diagnosis is? Scar tissue and adhesions.
Scar tissue and adhesions.
Yeah, that's not a diagnosis. It's the product or the results of your diagnosis. That's not a diagnosis though. It's everything this girl has built. This whole story is easily so picked apart. It's not like I have one breadcrumb and I'm making a whole loaf of bread.
Like
I have all these breadcrumbs that make the loaf of bread. Literally every fucking slice. And they have, oh well, she said that she was pregnant. Okay. If I say she's a liar, then she's a liar. She's not going to tell you the truth if she's a liar, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. All right, well, that's all we got, you jealous haters. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.
Oh. That's mine.